Ladies and gentlemen, in this video we have some very exciting news to go over. We have an update about one of my favorite game series of all time. We also have another massive update about the PlayStation 5 Pro, and we have a huge Switch 2 leak that narrows down the release of this actual console. So let's go and get right into this video. I'm not really sure what the hell was going on the first 6 months of this year, but once we hit that halfway mark, I feel like gaming news is coming out left and right, and it's all major announcements, and it has me very excited. So before we get started, you lovely humans, if you could hit a like and subscribe, you could help a smaller YouTuber like myself, and that would be amazing. Also consider becoming a channel member. You get all my videos a day earlier, you get some custom emojis, and it really helps support this channel. I grew up gaming in the 90s. And there's a couple key franchises that were just so major. Off the top of my head, stuff like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro the Dragon. I played the Spyro collection on the Switch all the time, it is so damn good. But that doesn't mean I don't want a new Spyro game coming soon, and as far-fetched as that actually sounds, well, it might be a possibility. Rumor, new Spyro game teased, and I'm not going to show you me reading this off because when I scroll down, look at this giant ad. Somebody needs to call Game Ran out for the shit. I can't do it because I'm a nobody, but this is egregious, man. Like, we're gamers, we want to read gaming news. Do you really have to do stuff like this? Is it really that important to make some extra money? Fans are noticing a small clue that Toys for Bob could be working on a new Spyro the Dragon game. In 2018, the original Insomniac-developed trilogy was remade and released as Spyro Reignited Trilogy to warm reviews and solid sales figures. Unfortunately, the Spyro series hasn't been as active in the year since the Reignited Trilogy launched, with the Dragon mascot's last appearance being as a DLC guest character in Crash Team Rumble. While Crash's game future may be up in the air, there have been rumors of a new Spyro the Dragon game throughout this year, and the Spyro Universe Twitter account recently noticed more potential evidence of such a game being in the works on the official Toys for Bob website. This website was set up after Toys for Bob split off from parent company Activision in February. Toys for Bob website is live. Looks like they still have all the Spyro and Crash games they worked on under Activision in their portfolio. They are also teasing their new game. So with all the leaks and rumor that came out earlier this year, saying there potentially could be a new Spyro the Dragon game, I mean, this kind of adds fuel to that fire, and if that happens, I feel like that would be really great for the world of gaming. Like, yes, there's all these new IPs and these big blockbuster games, but all the stuff from back in the day that we identify with, you know, that's kind of nostalgic, but it was good at the same time, like Spyro and Crash, that's the type of stuff we need moving forward. And these are usually games that launch multi-platform, so this would be a win for all gamers. And one of the platforms that game would probably come to is the PlayStation. Well, actually maybe the PlayStation 5. And we have another update. Recently we sent some pictures that were allegedly a first look at the PS5 Pro, and it essentially just looks like the PS5, just with some ridges on the side. It doesn't seem to have a disc drive, but that seems to be what Sony wants to do, sell the console and the disc drive separately. So let's check out an update about this console. Insider Kelper L2 claims the PS5 Pro will have similar rasterization and faster ray trace performance to the RX 7700 XT. Previous rumors suggest a 2 to 3x performance uplift in ray tracing over the basic PS5. The PS5 Pro could ship with a powerful custom AMD chip that's believed to be a hybrid of the RDNA 3 and RDNA 4 architectures. Leaked documentation for PlayStation's new console appears to corroborate this prior claim, but Sony has officially not confirmed any of these details. So if you ask my opinion, which I hope you do since you're on this channel, I think this thing gets shown off this month. I don't think it launches this month. I could see this being, I guess, a holiday launch, if not next year. I think the PS5 is selling perfectly fine. If Sony were to put out this console this year, before the holidays, like, yes, people would purchase that over the PS5, but I feel like in the long run it would hurt the sales and projection of the PS5, because the PS5, in my opinion, is still an amazing console. I'm currently playing the DLC for Cyberpunk right now. It feels next gen, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm from PS4 to PS5. It feels like a PS6 game or something I could imagine a PS6 game being. So I think they should launch this console next year, unless they were trying to launch this when there's no other consoles coming out. Because we have the Switch 2 coming up, supposedly in March, and we'll get to that a little later in this video. But if you launch the PS5 now, and there's no other consoles coming out, then you're the only high demand item in the market. If the Switch 2 comes out in March of next year, and then you launch the PS5 Pro around the same time, they might choose the cheaper option. It's a whole new console entirely, not just a better version of what they already have. Which I guess you can make the argument that the Switch 2 is just a better version of the Switch. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. When the PS5 Pro comes out, will you be picking this thing up? Are you interested, or do you feel it's unwarranted right now? And now, that Switch 2 news. We've been saying forever. September reveal, March release. There were times where that didn't feel like it might happen, or it might be delayed again, because it was delayed once. But when we got that Nintendo Direct in August, which was just a few days ago, that was strange. When you look back 8 years, every Nintendo Direct in those 8 years came out in September. So why do a Direct in August? Well, maybe we're saving September for something else entirely. Switch 2 has seemingly entered mass production due to Hosoden graphics. Expect September news and March 2025 release. No one seems to notice that Nintendo assembler Hosoden is spending 2 billion yen on production equipment and 1 billion yen on automation. I don't know what to say that is, like the quarter, you know what I mean? Whatever, you understand. For its major customer and amusement, which is Nintendo. I still expect September news and March 2025 release for next device. And we can actually look at this graph right here. So when you look at it all previous, it's like, okay, this seems like we have a couple spikes. Maybe this is holiday right here, right? I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But when you get to right here, this is a huge freaking difference. Like massive. And we know nothing happens for no reason. Nintendo knows the Switch sales are slowing down drastically. They have the Zelda Switch Lite coming out at the end of the month. I was thinking about getting it, but I realized I would just put it on the shelf and never play it, and I'm trying to stop doing that. You can actually look behind me. This thing was normally covered in like games and anime figures and Funko Pops and a bunch of stuff, but for no reason. I don't even look at it. I don't use any of it. So I've been selling all the stuff that I don't use so I can spend money on games I actually want to play and spend money on other things that are more important. Since I'm a smaller YouTuber, I can't really afford all the things I want, and it's not smart for me just to buy things for no reason. So I have to have real intentions when I actually buy something, not just because I think it looks cool. I'm sure Nintendo will get a bump in sales right before Christmas, especially if they do some kind of bundle or they do a price drop finally. But Nintendo and their investors and all consumers know it's time for something new, and it's so exciting to finally say it's almost here. We've been saying since 2020, I think, was when the Switch Pro rumors came out, that, oh my god, it's coming. And now it's finally almost here, and it just feels so strange, and it's so exciting. I love my Switch. This thing truly changed my life. It gave me this platform right here. But it's definitely time for something new. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about all this information? I would truly love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. If you could, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I would really appreciate a follow. Consider becoming a channel member because it really helps support this channel, and that would mean the world to me. And you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.